Hi, my name is Tavleen, and I'm an eccentric scientist when it comes to quantum leaping. So, I'm on this journey of taking a quantum jump, and I want to invite you to be part of this journey so that we can co create this revolution together. Now, today we're talking about duality. How do you actually get rid of duality? Now, we all know that we live in this world where there is good and bad, where there is light and dark, where there is nice and not so nice, where there's judgment and all sorts of things. But the truth is that when you transcend it, there is no good and bad. There is no right or wrong. It is what it is. And the sense of judgment dissolves, duality dissolves. It is not binary. The ability to hold contradictions is what makes us whole, is what makes us awakened as individuals, as souls. But while you're at it, it's impossible. If something is wrong, it is wrong. If something is bad, it is bad. It triggers you. It makes you feel like you got to speak against it. It's just not good. How can this happen? How can the dark happen? It's difficult to really, at that point, come in and say, oh, there is no judgment though. I'm not judging this. This world is supposed to be like this. We're living in a world of contradictions. For example, the place where I am in right now, the AQI is soaring. Okay, it's very high. And I just have a hard time wrapping my head around this. How can this be for anybody's highest good? How can this be okay? How can we accept this? It is bad, obviously. What is good about it? Nothing. So then what's non-duality? World consists of polar opposites, North Pole and South Pole. Where does the sense of making peace with what is come from? How do you embrace and embody surrender when that's not part of your core nature? Because if you surrender, who's going to take decisions? Who's going to take action? Who's going to start walking towards the right path by calling what is wrong wrong? And well, the truth is that I hear you. It's not that I don't. Non duality essentially means non judgment, yes, but be with me. It also means that you're not getting carried away by your stories. The more emotionally charged we are, the more emotionally charged our stories are. Think of it like this pen stand. There are various pens and colored pens and stuff in it. Now, this is your identity, and these are your various stories. These represent your various stories. For example, this is a story about your parents. Oh, my parents were not so nice to me, for example. This is a story about your job. Oh, I really don't like these parts about my job. This is about your life. This is really not working out. So these are all your stories, and we have emotionally charged every story of ourselves, and it forms our identity as a whole. So we are essentially fragmented parts of ourselves. The more we believe in these stories, the more we passionately believe in these stories, the more we charge them, the more they become evident, the more reality reflects them back to us, the more we have opinions and fixed perspectives and points of view and rigidity that this is what it is and it's never going to change. That sense of relationship with our own desires, with our own stories, creates an attachment to its form. And then all we can see is these fixed stories that we do not believe can ever change. And we keep staying stuck to these fixed, rigid beliefs about our life. And we sort of end up in this trap of predictability. That this is what it is, this is how it's going to be, and this is never going to change. But the very nature of life is change. The very nature of a river is to flow. It won't stagnate. It will find its path and it'll keep flowing. The paths of least resistance, the path of least effort, where it won't have to do too much effort to change things and to do things so that it can just flow. When we charge the emotional components of our life, when we charge different stories, we actually charge it with a very, very fundamental common theme that everything will remain the same. And in the sameness lies the trap, because we're not able to appreciate how dynamic life is. Quantum leaping cannot happen. It's the fundamental of quantum leaping. The fact that things don't remain the same. The fact that things have the ability to change, that people have the ability to change. People who are defining characters of our movie, of the stage show that we are in. We believe that they will never change, and hence the impact that they have on us will never change. And so we extrapolate because that's how limited our mind is, that it cannot grasp the concept of infinite possibilities, that cannot grasp the concept of infinity, the unfathomable, the unknown. Because unknown is scary, unknown is so unsafe. So then why? Why even dwell on it? Why not just extrapolate life based on how it has been going so far? Because that's practical, that's real. Then you're no longer the Alice in Wonderland. You're being practical about your life, you're not being delusional. And that just sort of seems the right way to go about it because that's all our limited mind can fathom. That's all that it can understand. And that is the loophole. It's like constructing our own prison and then being imprisoned by ourselves. It's not that we don't have the key, we do, but we don't want to open it. Because if we open it, then we don't know what the world outside is going to look like. It's like a bird which has been caged for a very long time. And now when you open the cage, it just doesn't want to fly. It doesn't even want to try to fly. Not only because it has forgotten, but also because the cage was safe. And unsafety is the problem. Our nervous system cannot grasp the unsafety around unknown. And that is why it wants to stick around to the known. It wants to keep extrapolating. It wants to keep hating all different fragments of its life, the stories, the different stories. But at the same time, this feels so safe. So I might as well embody this. And therefore, we talk about surrender, but we don't embody it. Because embodying surrender feels so unsafe. So, what is the solution? It is really an understanding that there is no right or wrong from a higher perspective. Yes, right now there are things that may be triggering you, that are wrong in your scheme of things. But again, let's be honest. Let's be compassionate towards other people and their journeys. For them, they are holding their pen stands up close because for them, it's their safety net. Those are their stories of identity, of their identity. Those different fragments form their sense of safety net. So they're holding it up close, which is why the way you don't want to let go of your stories, they don't want to let go of it either. And that's what creates that sense of polarity. Because we're not willing to let go of our stories. We're not willing to let go of our attachment to that identity of ours. And when we finally stop charging these different stories, job, it is what it is. And that's all I can do about it. Relationship, it is what it is. And when we stop feeding into those passionate stories, those beliefs that we have of rigidity, of the fact that, oh, this is never going to change. This is never going to change. And this troubles me. This is just too much for me to handle. No. Get off the hook. Discharge. Shake it off. Just see them in neutrality. And be in the knowing that things change. Things do not remain the same. Things are dynamic. People are dynamic. And allow them to change. Allow them to be who they are. Or if they're holding their pen stand up close and not letting go of their stories, let them be. Maybe that's what their journey looks like. Maybe they are here to take the hard way, the hard route. And even if you know what the better route could be, it's okay. Don't impose it on them. But at least let us let go of our own pen stand. Let us not hold it so close. When we make things so personal, that's where it gets troubling. That's where it just starts to bother us. So I really hope that you will appreciate that the basic of quantum leaping involves letting go of your pen stand, letting go of your stories, fixed stories of identity, those fixed beliefs, extrapolating your future based on your past, and simply assuming that things will never change. let go of that. And that is how you will embody surrender. You won't have to embody it as an exercise or as an action. When you will let go of these fragments of your personality that you have become so enmeshed with, when you simply observe it from the point of neutrality, instead of getting carried away by the emotional component of those, your story will begin to shift. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I will add it to my playlist on quantum leaping. And I know that you're on this journey with me. So let's co create this revolution together. Because you deserve it, my friend. As much as I do, as much as this world does. We deserve it. Goodbye.